Now let's talk about grouping and ungrouping objects. Let's start out with this plate that I made. Well, I want to make a nameplate, so I'm going to go over here to the right and choose the text object, and I want to put the text on top of this plate. So I'm going to first put a work plane where I want to put the text on top of it, and then change the drag the text over, and in the text box right here I'm going to type what I want it to say. So let's say I want to put my name in there, and I can put my whole name there if I want to, and then press enter and it locks it in. Now I can resize those letters. So first let me resize my letters by I'm going to click on the letters, and then I can resize them. Drag that over, maybe a little bit smaller. Alright, now I'm going to get rid of that work plane, go back to my original work plane, and you notice I have my raised letters on top of the plate that I made. To group this object, the name with the plate, right now it's separate. I want to group it together. When you blend objects together, it's called grouping. To group objects, select the object that you want to group. I'm going to select my name, and then I'm going to hold the shift and also select the plate because I want to group them together. You can also click and drag. I talked about this in the previous lesson, and select both of the objects together that you want to group. So to group the objects, select the objects that you want to group and press the group icon in the menu bar. That's this icon up here, or you can press Control G. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and press the left button of the mouse, and sometimes it takes a few seconds. If you're on a slow computer or have a slow internet connection, it sometimes takes a few seconds, and if you have a lot of objects that you're trying to group together, it can take even longer. Alright, so you notice it grouped it all together and it changed it into one color. Before you print in a 3D object, it must be grouped. If the object is not grouped when you 3D print it, it will fall apart when you try to print it. Now, if I want to ungroup this object, I select the object, and then I click the ungroup icon or press Control Shift G, and that will ungroup it for me. So now I can manipulate the different pieces of that object. Alright, so let me go ahead and group it again. And that's it. That's how you group an object. Now if I wanted to change the color once it's grouped, I can go ahead and click on the object and change the color to whatever color I want. Now keep in mind that this is just changing the colors on the computer. When you print it on a 3D printer, the color that it comes out printed as, it depends on the color of the filament that you have in the printer. So this gives you an idea how it's going to look, and you can once you group it together, you can click on the different colors just to see what it might look like in that particular color.